Yes. Okay. So we're all here. Um, yes. Go. Um, yeah. If everyone's good, we can just jump straight back into the game.
Yeah. Fight.
So we come back in. Well, would anyone like to just recap where we left off in the last game?
Turns out the dwarves are evil.
Jasper killed a baby yeti. Then we killed the teenage yetis. Now Mum and Dad have come and squashed the dwarf.
We killed one of the teenagers, I think the other one's dead yet. Yeah, we have a pancake dwarf now.
It's all
I
right.
said he's not quite dead. He's twitching.
I think he still managed to like
Slightly red.
shoot up a bolt or something, didn't he? Or he was aiming at the creature at least. The Yeti. Raise his crossbow towards him from under his big ass toes.
You saw an exposed arm just sticking out still under the
Yeah.
large yeti feet. But yes, you ran across these set of dwarfs as you were traveling across the bridge. They were falling victim to the same attack of the owls as you were, and one of them, who was injured, offered to return the injured dwarf, not the injured, the dead dwarf, who was picked off the bridge and dropped to his doom, taken back to the city, leaving you with two other dwarves who were, quite frankly, in dire need of a bit of help to deal with this issue. They had been sent on mission by the Lord of the Mountain to rid this particular fiend from the area. You approached the area, having followed the tracking skills of Overin, and not taking the hint to hunker down and be quiet. Jasper brazenly walked forward, bellowing out what, asking what was going on, where they were going, alerting the Yetis, which promptly appeared and started to throw snowballs at the dwarf who was at the lead of the pack. A little bit of combat ensued. You slew first few Yetis, but just as you were closing in on the third, slightly larger Yeti, a large hulking plummeted off the top of this cliffside, landing on one of the dwarfs. Another large form, this huge muscular Yeti, pounding down past uh, the path just leading up the mountainside. And that is where we are going to resume the game, as this dwarf is being crushed underfoot of this huge Yeti. And you can see these Yetis, they're not quite as fur covered as the young. The fur seems to be largely across their backs and down their arms, leaving a lot of their sort of exposed stomach and face. And you can see that they have these large fangs. These are very, very big Yetis. These are huge creatures, and they've got these large black horns which curl and swoop down over their head. And their hands, which are gigantic as well, are just tipped with these razor sharp looking claws as they just turn and bellow at you all.
Oh,
Scary.
sound effect.
The dwarf underfoot, he manages to try and maneuver himself enough. He's going to try and break free from underneath this Yeti, and Fortunately,
good result.
you struggle. I always forget to hide that first result. And you watch as he struggles, and it looks like he's just pushing himself up and getting a bit of space between him and the ground again. And then suddenly, the Yeti just leans back its weight and crushes the dwarf back to the ground with a thud. And a little spatter of blood comes out underfoot. With that, we will move on to
Cool. So I think seeing this, Rommel will turn to face this mighty Yeti. His sword gleams with holy flame, having cast Searing Smite on the last turn. And I just kind of charge the Sume. The flame reflects in his eyes as he bears down on this Yeti and casts Vow of Enmity, whichever way round those letters are, for the advantage. And I take off in a sprint, and I'm going to attack. I'm going to swing straight for it. I'm just going to carve down with Holy Flame. I'm going to use my Great Weapon Master feat. So I'll roll with advantage. Take the deficit, but if I hit, Searing Smite damage plus 10 damage. But we'll get there if it actually hits.
roll your attack.
Okay. I'll be 22 to hit.
Hit. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. So, let me make sure I get this right. So, does that come through?
That has
So,
13.
13 points of initial damage from the blade.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 10 because of Great Weapon Master.
Mm-hmm.
And then Smite, an extra 2d6 for Smite.
Okay.
And then, let me just double check this here. It's a Constitution 14 save, please.
That's a fail on that one.
Okay, in which case, the next time you hit a creature, on a failed save, it takes 1d6 fire damage. Oh no, sorry. Causes the target to ignite in flames at the start of each of its turn. Hold on, let me post this up. It's probably going to be easier. So yeah, next time. So it's done the initial flame damage, and then at the start of each of its next turn. So it con save, which it's failed. It's now a light, and then at the start of each of its next turns, it will continue to burn.
Okay. Wow. Fantastic.
And
That's a
it's
really good
fire
hit.
damage if that has anything to do with anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. Is there anything else you're going to do?
No, I use my bonus action to cast Vow of I can't say that bloody word. Enmity. It's
Enmity.
NM, isn't it? I always say it enmity. Anyway, Aminals. I love Aminals. So yeah, that was my bonus action. I've moved. I've attacked. I think that's it. So I'll pass on.
Right. Okay, so you just cleave into the side of this creature. It seems to take the hit, but doesn't seem to care too much. It just reacts with a ferocious growling, rumbling noise issuing from its throat as it slowly
Okay.
turns its head down towards you. And you're looking up at this creature. You're the tallest of the group, pretty much. But this thing is masses above you.
I completely forgot I have 2 attacks, so I'm going to take my second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Which will be another advantage, but the smite is now gone. So this will just be a normal attack on him. Which is 23 to hit, which I'm going to assume is higher, so hits. So an extra 6 points of damage. I think. No. 14, sorry. 14 points of damage. I was just reading one dice.
So that's 14 off the normal sword attack.
Correct.
But when you do another melee attack, it does fire damage, you said.
It will.
No, the fire damage is start
No,
of
the
its
fire damage is
turns.
from the initial smite. So basically, my blade was a flame on the first strike, so it does the extra fire damage, and then the smite dissipates after the first strike, so that's only on the first melee attack that connects. So, but because the creature is now burning, it will take fire damage at the start of its next turn. But the second of my attacks, because the smite has been used, is just a normal attack damage roll.
And you watch as, obviously from this attack, there is like this little bit of flame just issuing from its wounds and spreading up slightly into its fur. And it does seem to notice this, and you watch as it tries to pad it out frantically with its huge paw. There's definitely a flicker of panic in its eyes.
And
Next
that
up,
will be the end of my turn.
Locke.
Right. Asher didn't really work well, but now I can hit one properly. Right, I'm going to move forward, first of all. Maybe to here. I'm not like blocked by the cliff or anything here, am I?
No, you've got pretty much clear view on everything there.
Cool. Right, how to do this without causing an avalanche? Yeah, I'm just gonna Snillox Snowball. We'll do it. Actually, that's gonna be. Never mind. Scrap that. I'm gonna do a little tidal wave. I think just on the one at the back. Maybe try and push him down the hill. So he's got to make a dex saving throw. Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to see if there's a limit on the size of the creature.
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't seem to say it, does it?
No. Big wave.
Okay. Right, so it needs a dex save, did you say?
Yeah.
Right. This one. It rolled an 11.
It fails, so it takes 19 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is knocked prone.
Not prone. Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Yeah, so you watch as the sudden surge of water just comes barreling forward and slams into the back of this huge, monstrously large creature. And it's enough that it suddenly, because it was already in motion, its legs just buckle under it as it falls forward onto its face.
Nice.
And we've all got soggy feet.
Yeah, just melt some of the ice. Make it easier to walk.
You definitely get coated in a lot of slushy snow, which just comes surging down to you.
None of it's yellow, I hope.
Yeah.
A few brown boats.
Was there anything else locked for your
No,
turn?
that's my turn.
Okay, so we move into Hezekiah.
Attaboy, Robok. Fire will be our salvation here. And Hezekiah launches a level 4 Scorching Ray, which is 5 rays at the at this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. So one of those does fail. The rest all do hit. So roll your damage.
17, 21, 28.
Amazing. So you just unleash these series of rays which just slam into this huge body, and you watch as areas of it just start to burn and blister, and little flames start to lick up the side of it, just catching into some of its fur, which you watch as sort of curling and burning away. You can just smell that horrible, nasty smell of burnt hair in the air, and it just howls at this, and you watch it starts to pad itself, and it's just stomping its feet around, and you hear as it's doing this, the dwarf underneath it just go. It's really not enjoying that at all.
Second, that I'm also just going to close to it.
You're moving across there. I think you broke up a little bit. I don't know if you said anything else, but
Oh no, I'm just moving there, and that's my turn.
oh, okay, amazing. So we go through to Aldrin, who is currently facing off against this more juvenile Yeti. He is going to look back and see his friend over and getting crushed. He turns and he just shouts, pointing his axe back over his shoulder. Aldrin! Hold firm! And he just immediately turns and swings his battle axe into the side of this Yeti. And there's a hit. Okay, so you watch as he yells to his friend, and he turns and just swings, and there's just this wet slicing noise, and then a thud, and you watch as this Yeti drops to its knees, its head falling to the snow beside it, and starts to roll down the hill slightly towards Jasper. He's going to turn on his heel and immediately sprint at the downed Yeti to his north. And he's going to go straight into it there. And he's going to come in and axe overhead. He's going to try and slam it down into the top of this Yeti's head. And this one, unfortunately, he brings it down and it collides with the horn on his head, and these horns must be made of something, because his axe does not go through, and it just clatters off the side of it. Move in to the Yeti's go. It's dead, so Brother Keck.
Okay, I'm not in range of him, I'm still just a bit shy of his range. So
You've got one right next.
There's 5 feet between me and him. There's 5 feet between me and him, though, isn't there? So he doesn't look like he can reach me.
He's very large. His arms are huge. So you have a good idea. Probably is in range of you.
Oh, for fuck's sake, this is going.
I think they have 15-foot reach. Is that
right?
Yeah, they have good range.
Okay. In that case, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do what I want to do anyway. I'm going to make a move to stand roughly where Jasper is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for.
As you move out its range, he is going to make an attack at
He's
you.
distracted by the dwarf.
You might be lucky here. Does a 13 hit?
Oh,
me.
thank God, 20. So I'm all good.
So you sprint off and you hear this heavy thud, and crack of snow and just impact of gigantic clawed fist slam down just behind you. You even feel like the little bit of wind that's cast up from its impact just whistling past you. But he misses.
Cool. And then I'm going to hold my action while also shouting in the direction of Twin. Twin! Get over here! And I will hold my action to cast 4th level aid when Twin is within 30 feet of me at this point. So that will be pretty much like 2 squares, well, 1 square over. He's not quite there at the moment.
Okay. Good, that's good. Anything else at all, or was that the extent of your go?
That is everything for now. I will use my bonus action to burn a divine power to recover a 2nd level slot, just in case. So, yeah, other than that, hold until range.
Over to you then, Jasper. As I say, you've just had this this little wash of slush just come surging down around this Yeti, down around you. What would you like to do?
That's it. I'll just turn to Locke and just sort of stare like, really? You had to do that? Does the one that's being crushed look like he's still alive at the moment? From where I am, like, can I see that he's still...
Roll a perception check.
Most fucking critical in that.
You look over and you instantly spot. You can see his hand is moving. It looks like he's trying to close his fist around his weapon. He's definitely moving. He's definitely alive.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
I was going to say I only moved because I assumed you're still alive by the fact he was fighting back.
I'm going to step over here. I'm going to call out to him. I'm going to... Right. I need you to trust me for a moment. Can you do that? And I'll see if he
You're saying
responds
it's
quick.
the crushed dwarf is who you're shouting this to, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking for any sort of like waving hand or anything that symbolises that he might... Like, yep, whatever you're doing.
You hear this sort of mumbling, and the hand grips his weapon and almost taps it on the ground. Let's see.
I'm going to cast Polymorph on him and turn him into a giant ape. Hopefully, in the sudden growth of size, will be enough to topple the Yeti over that stands on top of him, and also help him up and...
Ape for ape.
Okay. Right. How big is a giant ape?
Huge, I think.
That's huge.
I'll double check. Let me double check. It's been a while since I've used him.
Huge.
The last time was Romok, I believe,
It was.
against that big wormy thing.
Me.
Right. Now with polymorph,
Yeah, he's huge beast.
Is huge. So it is the same size. You watch as this form suddenly erupts out from under its foot. You watch as the Yeti is put off to the side slightly as this huge, also hairy creature, beast just expands and billows up, muscles just getting larger and skeletons growing longer, and it lets out a bellowing gorilla roar as the two are pretty much clasping each other up, entwined with each other at this point. It doesn't knock him over, but they are definitely engaged. With polymorph,
Does it get him out of prone at least?
He's not prone. Well, he's not
Oh,
underneath pinned by anymore. Yeah. Does he take on a new set of stats with polymorph in terms of his health and?
Yep, he uses giant ape stat block, so he's got 157 health, 12 armor class, 40 speed, and he's got his attacks that he can do. But I can roll them from the sheet if you want.
He keeps his intelligence, though, right?
Keeps.
Is that how it
I think
works?
so. I know he maintains something else. So spell transform, blah blah blah. New form could be a beast whose challenge rating is equal or less than. Yeah. Target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. It retains its alignment and personality.
Okay. Right. No, that's good. Perfect. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
I am going to run here because I am now focusing on this and no risks.
Then we go to you. Twin.
No, I've just closed it. No, bastard. I've just closed Google. 2 seconds. So what I was going to do, I was going to run up towards Ben after his shout I was saying, come here, after watching the dwarf basically decapitate the juvenile, whatever age, ape that was next to us.
Yeah.
Then I was going to use my after Ben was able to cast aid on me when I reached within 30-foot cast feline agility to then make my way up to the larger ape that was up top.
I mean, if you just move to him straight away, he'll be able to cast it, won't he? Because you'll be within range.
Yeah, I can't do my walking speed. Can't. Would I be in range? I'm just loading back up roll 20 now.
Yeah, if you go to that.
Yeah, as long as you just walk to the creature, you don't have to go to Ben. You can just go straight up.
Okay, done.
You're literally just 5 feet out of the range of it. And I need to stay where I am so that I've still got Romok in range as well.
Okay, 2. Okay, so that's fine then. So I will move my guy up.
Yep.
Can we take care of aid now, or do you want to do Twins move first?
I don't know. You do aid as I walk past you, I guess. When I walk into range.
As he passes, you can do it now.
Okay, so aid increases Twins, Romox, and the dwarfs that's still fighting's HP by 15 permanently for 8 hours, and also gives them that 15 health as well.
Brilliant.
Okay, so I've got extra 15 health.
Yeah, for the
Is
next
that
8
temporary
hours.
hit point,
No, it increases your max HP for 8 hours.
Oh, nice.
And you get that 15 as well, so it doesn't work the same as temporary. It's there as a permanent thing for 8 hours.
Okay, cool. So then, as I get to the Yeti, I'll go slashy.
Yeah. 19 and that does hit. Yeah.
That's 11. Mm.
And he is prone actually, so you would get them.
Okay. Let's do. All right, so I'll roll my rapier. I'll just roll it again because I've already rolled it once.
Yeah.
I didn't get a crit on either.
The longsword. Unfortunately, the rapier doesn't. So yeah, you do your first set of damage. Longsword.
Yeah, so 11, and then I'll just cast my long swords again with advantage. Yeah.
With advantage, yeah. He is brave.
Yeah. Okay. Roll with advantage. Well, that was shit. I got an 8 and a 1. So yeah.
Unfortunately, no. You managed to put a couple blows into him with your one blow into him with your sword, but when you go in with the rapier, unfortunately, it just doesn't seem to pierce through its skin. It seems to have quite tough skin. Maybe you even slipped on the slushy snow.
I think so. Definitely what happened.
Boop, 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 boop.
Was that everything for you?
Yeah. Yes. I'll reread my character sheet to make sure if I can do anything else about it. Yeah, that's fine. All good for me now.
Just realised I'd never rolled my things into work. I didn't. Sorry. 1 second. Let me put the number in. They will go now because they've totally missed their go. But then after that, they will roll into normal positions. Which is pretty much the same setup, one after another. So the first one is going to, which is the one who's prone, he is going to haul himself back up, and these two large clawed hands dig into the snow and push up as he regains his full height in front of you. He's going to turn down to look at the two of you, and which one? Roll a d4. He's going to look at you two. And
Yeah.
can you please DC 13 con save?
On save.
As his eyes burn in, you feel a tingle of fear just rolling through you as a cascade of ice almost flows across the top of your skin and your fur. And you take from that 7 points of cold damage, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute.
Oh shit.
As he then lays into you with 2 more attacks.
So 7 points of damage and then paralyzed. Yeah.
Paralyzed, and the 17 hit. Oh no, 17. 23 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
A 10 to hit.
10 would miss on the second.
So the first one, you are going to 9 points of slashing damage, plus another 5 points of cold damage.
Ouch.
And yeah,
Okay,
you
so
will be
these
able
guys
to
hit
make.
hard.
You will be able to make a save at the end of its turn.
Okay, so sorry, Woody. So I took 7 damage from the initial paralyzation.
Yep.
Yeah, and then what did I take after that? Sorry.
And then you took. You took 9 points. 9 points on the slashing damage, and then 5 points of damage.
Okay. Granted, thank you.
Now, at the end of your turn, you will be able to make a save throw again to break the paralysis
End of my turn, yeah?
of your turn,
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
which will be the DC 13 con save.
Yeah.
You're frozen in that position. That's all this Yeti is going to do for now. The other one will go in now and is grappling with this huge ape which has sprung under its foot, and it's going to immediately glance at it as well, staring into it with these other, and see if he succeeds. Get my giant ape stats up.
He's got a +4 to con. Yeah.
You watch as he stares into this ape's face, and the ape, its face just full of fury, anger, and just almost wonderment at being able to come into this fight now with this renewed vigor. Its face goes slack as ice cascades across him, and takes a first hit of cold damage. And the Yeti then goes in and puts his arm around its neck and starts to lay in with his other clawed hand twice into its underside. And that is a hit. And it's definitely hit. Okay. So it takes. Just you watch blood just start to issue out from these wounds of these claws just digging in. Looks like he's taking a few juicy hits there. The Yeti shifts around and sidesteps and pulls the ape around with it, and he starts to sidestep. But that is the extent of his go. So back to you, Grim. Oh no, sorry, not Overin. Overin cannot do anything, but we will see if he can break his paralysis.
Can I just check the Yeti didn't do any crits at any point in that, did he?
Did not. No.
Okay.
The ape just remains stationary and not putting up a fight in the Yeti's arms. Seems he is still under the spell. Romk, your turn.
Hello. So, okay, so the Yeti's still on fire. Although, actually, can I just clarify? Look, when you cast Tidal Wave, did it go over the Yeti or just on his feet?
It was a big wave, like 30 foot high.
So would you say he's been doused then?
The tidal wave was at the top one, not the bottom one.
Yeah, it was the top one.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. No, I just wanted to clarify on that, because if it was, then the Searing Smite is probably off, and he's not.
No, I didn't do it on that one.
Right, that's fine. So this guy, pending a Constitution save, is still burning. I mean, why change now? I'm going to take my sword. It may not be burning, but I'm just going to dig in and just aim. Excuse me. I'm just going to kind of aim and swing my sword another couple of times at him. So he's still under vow of him, and oh my god, I'm going to stop trying to say that word completely. He's under the vow, so with advantage, I'm going to take my sword and I'm going to strike towards him. I'm going to use Great Weapon Master as well. Sorry, I should have notified that before.
Yeah, make sure you do that before your attacks.
Yes, I apologise. Yeah. Sorry, I meant to say Great Weapon Master before that rolled through.
That's fine. Go for it. That's fine.
Okay. So that will be 23 points of damage on that. And another one, I'll take my second attack, again with Great Weapon Master. So deduct 5 from the top result. So 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Excellent. Which will be another... Ooh, well, I'll roll 3. Another 19 points of damage.
19.
Well, hold on, is that right?
Great
Because
Weapon
I'm
Master
sure it
had
says some.
10.
Sure, it says somewhere the Great Weapon Master it re-rolls ones. Where's it gone? Beats on your turn.
Yeah, it did re-roll your one, but you got another one.
Oh, I got another one. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I see the breakdown on it.
Yeah, thank you. No, I just want to double check. So, 23, 19, 42 points of damage on that turn.
Yes. And you watch as you make some solid contact. And he's already got this very damaged, burnt skin. And you just watch him as it opens up as your attacks hit. Blood just absolutely just flowing down. It's no longer white skin. It's completely blistered red. And now the snow itself at its feet is just completely drenched and melting under this hot blood. Oozing out from everywhere that you're hitting.
Okay. Are you still up? I'm guessing.
He's still up.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll just stare him down. Just grip my sword harder, ready for the next turn. And yeah, pass on.
Block.
Right, well, my option of doing the same thing again is gone. How like beat up are they looking? Are they looking bloodied or not?
One who's in the fight with the ape is looking really not great. The other one looks like it's still got a pretty good fight in him.
All right, I'll just move here, and I'm going to summon a little water elemental behind it.
Okay.
That's at 4th level. And then it will use its slam attack twice, so I'll roll twice to hit. Roll. So that's not 30, that's 2 separate rolls. There's a 12 plus. I hate doing these sometimes. Spell attack modifier. That's a 17. And then.
17.
Yeah, that's 7.
Yeah.
No. That's a 19's the lowest one, and then a bigger.
25.
Yeah.
Which would hit?
Both of them hit, yeah? Or.
They both.
Cool. So, first one is 17 damage, bludgeoning. So it's this plus 4.
This is water, is it?
This is bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's just smacking against it. And then that's another 12 damage. And that'll be my go.
Okay. So yeah, this elemental materializes, sort of curls up and swirls, and this little vortex out of the ground before creating its form, which then immediately lashes into the back of this yeti. Next up, Hezekiah.
All right, no need to fix what ain't broke. It's going to be more Scorching Rays against the Yeti on the right.
Okay. Now, I will say he's kind of grappling with this this ape.
Uh-huh.
There's a chance you might also hit the ape.
Okay.
Not
These
really
giant
a
apes
bonus,
will
yeah.
be sturdy. Sure. This scorching ray too. So 15, 12, 26, and 27.
Yeah, all of them except one hit. And you got a crit on that as well. It's amazing.
Bam.
Two.
Altogether, sorry, what did you say?
32.
32. Fire erupts across this Yeti, and you watch as he just starts to, he lets go immediately of the ape, and he just starts clawing at the burning areas on its face, its arms. It drops to its knees as a tremendous thud. You watch cliffs around you, little bits of snow flurries are just dropping down from the side. And it just slumps forward, smouldering mass. You did also do a bit of damage to the ape. It's going to take half of that damage as it was completely in battle with him. He's taking a little. And was there anything else you want to do at all?
Nope, that's all.
Okay. He is well and perfect. Great job. So next up, Aldrin. He glances across and sees this other huge beast standing there next to the Yeti. And he's like, Aldrin! No! Look out, boys, another's turned up. And he's just going to lay into this Yeti once again. Bring his battle axe. Spin it in his hand, and you go try and just slam it right into his kneecap. Unfortunately, as he goes to do it, the Yeti moves down and just smacks it out of range slightly, so it just skims off to the side. A few little bits of Yeti hair just curl off in the wind, clipped off. No damage. He's just going to look up at the Yeti and just. We move into the Yeti. Yeti looks back at him and gives a nice big deep growl right back. And as he does, he's going to look directly at him. And let's see. You watch as the dwarf's arms just lock in place. He takes... And he's going to take a swing at the dwarf, and he's going to take a swing at the twin. First, he's going to go for the dwarf, and it is which does hit. Okay. He takes the taste damage there. You watch as these attacks come in and just slice through this dwarf, and you watch as a massive amount of blood just spatters off to the side. The dwarf sort of spins in place, not moving, but he doesn't look like he's quite finished yet. But he's not. With his other hand, he then rakes it up from the ground upwards at Twin. Twin does a 25 hit.
Yeah, just hits.
This will... So sorry. You take...
He'd probably get advantage on me, wouldn't he, as well, because I'm paralyzed. Is that not a thing?
Don't
Yeah.
give him ideas.
I
I
just-
I did
fail.
get that. But you know what? He did not get a crit when I rerolled.
Good.
Let me see if I get a crit and reroll on the...
Oh, please,
Okay.
please don't.
No,
I mean, did the dwarf get a crit?
the dwarf is paralyzed.
No, I mean when the
Uh,
Yeti hit him.
No, I just rolled it, and I didn't succeed. You take. Oh, sorry, I lost my roll. I give you that first 5 points of 9 points of slashing damage, plus
Yep.
another 3 points of cold damage.
Okay.
How are you looking there?
Nah, I'm looking all right.
Oh, okay.
Not too bad.
The other Yeti is dead. Hide. Move back to brother.
Right. Okay. Those two are both frozen in place. I did have a plan. I've forgotten it. I think what I'm gonna do is probably step forward a bit. Oh no, I'll stay there. No, I'll stay there. Sorry. And I'm gonna use my action to channel divinity one last time. Path of the Grave. And this is what Path of the Grave does. Basically, any attack on that creature now, the next attack is all damage caused by that attack is vulnerable. So you'll kind of see again whipping up the wind this time, and it's blowing a nice big patch of fur out of the way, kind of guiding any hit straight for that spot.
Okay. Perfect.
And I think again that is all I can do.
Then we move into Jasper.
Right, in that case, Jasper is going to move in. Pull out his rapier. And he is going to attack with his rapier, using a defensive flourish on a hit. Attack number 1. An 18.
18 does hit. Yes.
Okay, so that is 11 plus 1, 12, which
It's now doubled.
is vulnerable to.
And it doubles up, you say?
Yeah, it doubles because he's vulnerable to the next set of damage he received.
And then what I'm going to do is going to attack my rapier again. And what? D&D Beyond's just crashed on me.
Yeah, nothing's come through as yet if you had rolled. So.
Yeah, it's literally just crashed. As
Okay.
top of the message, whoops, we rolled a 1 on our API check.
You can't roll a 1. It's impossible.
Right, let me manually roll this then. So I've got a plus 8 on my rapier.
Uh-huh.
So 16 to hit.
Does hit.
Okay. And then it is 1d8 plus 7. Plus I use another defensive flourish, so it's 2d8 plus 7. The second d8 is the 6, is what I'll add to my AC. So that's 16 points of damage.
Six. Brilliant. So you unleash two very nasty little quick attacks with this new rapier of yours, and they are very successful. You watch as the blade just sinks into its skin, almost as if there was nothing there, and you watch as its flesh just trembles around the blade as you pull it out. It lets out a howl of pain and looks down in your direction. Is there anything else you want to do?
That will be it for now.
Twin, you are paralyzed, but you can make another save. DC 13 con. Save.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's exactly the same as I rolled before.
And you remain in place.
Yep.
The huge ape of Ovran now turns and
Oh, that's all I'm gonna be able to see. But God's
Throw the rock.
sakes.
Find a rock, throw it.
he's going to land on top of this dead Yeti.
Throw the dead Yeti. Even better.
He actually can still reach. So he's going to throw his arm out and he's going to try and just strike this guy with two attacks. So, let's see. With a plus. The first one does do a nice bit. Bloody hell, this guy hits fucking hard.
He does.
3d10.
plus 6.
And it needed to hit once by the sound of it. Jesus. It's going to take 34 points of damage. So the first swing comes in and the Yeti sort of holds up its own arm to block the hit. That leaves him open for the second one as this giant ape swings his other hand up, fist balled, and crashes it right up underneath the Yeti's jaw, cracking its head back. And you can just hear this impact as it hits, and it just sort of echoes around this valley. He's looking really rough. He's not happy. Romok, back to you.
Okay, so seeing the carcass of this Yeti, I'm going to turn on my heel, and I'm going to book it here. Like, I'm assuming it is a giant ape. I'm kind of going to sort of dash around its arse. Yeah, it's just 30 feet. And yeah, in an attempt to take this big guy down, yeah, I'm just going to grip Astrofall. And yeah, excuse me, I'm going to go for him. I'm going to attack recklessly. And just I'm coming in recklessly to try and save the friends. So with advantage, I'm going to use Great Weapon Master. I'll call that before I roll. So
Roll away. First attack.
That's a 9 to hit on the first, which I'm guessing doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Same again on the second. That will be a 22 to hit.
Doesn't.
So that will be 26 points of damage. Please.
How do you want to do this?
Okay, so kind of trudging through the snow. Yeah,
What
Romo's
also
not
been
famous for it.
I was thinking
What was that?
You said trudging through the snow, and it was like to the same rhythm as the Christmas song, you know?
Beautiful. Yeah, dodging through the snow. Romo's not known for his dexterity, but he just finds his feet and just, whether it's a fresh snow or whatever, just pots through and just books it towards this guy. The fire that you saw around his kind of blazing blade has now just filled his eyes as he just charges, and just in a kind of, big kind of Qui-Gon pose, just takes Astrophal and just goes sort of just shy on the first strike, but then just sort of brings it round and just slices through this guy and just slices a big bloody line across this Yeti's stomach and just opens.
And yeah, Twin, Jasper, you're just, because you're right in the line of that, you just get splattered with all this blood that just comes gushing out as the beast gurgles, his last deep guttural gurgles from his mouth. Its jaw just drops loose, just swinging as it drops down, slops and slides down the snow slightly. You have killed Yeti, absolutely. And with that, you have succeeded.
Oh, level up!
Oh my god!
You all level up.
Ooh.
The result.
Result.
Amazing.
Congratulations, guys. You've killed all those Yetis. How long does the polymorph last as well?
It's an hour, or I can choose to drop it. So I think once the second Yeti dies, I will drop the polymorph. And
Maybe we should
allow
scout
them to
first, just in
transform
case.
back.
Well, it's up to you, Jasper. Do you want to keep him or drop it?
No, I'll drop it, because otherwise the other dwarf's going to run and try to hit him with an axe.
So the form of the ape just shrinks down, watches the fur just drops off him as he shrinks down back into the original shape of this dwarf. Now standing, his face is just a mess of matted hair and blood. Looks like he's missing some teeth, and one of his eyes is just really swollen up and closed. Was quite an experience.
I'll go up to him and clap him on the shoulder. Like, you did good, guy. You did good. I'll give him a cure wounds just to try and tidy him up a bit. 21
Okay.
healing.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
just to make sure he deserves it after that performance.
You watch as his face sort of shrinks down slightly, the swelling subsiding, his eye opening again.
Kind of like the
Thank
owner
you.
petting his dog.
And he claps you on the back as well. Thank you. Much appreciated. I knew we need a few more hands for this job. I'm glad you all came with us. And he just sort of shakes his head, just trying to clear his fog of his mind a little bit. And then he looks over and he sees his friend. And he runs over. And he just starts to try and move it. He's not moving at all. You see that Twin is also completely stopped still. Both him, Twin, and this dwarf look like they've taken some serious damage and there's blood all down. The
Yeah.
dwarf goes into a bag on his side and he just pulls out what looks like just shattered glass. And he turns to you. Do you have more healing? I've lost. I had a potion. It's smashed. Can anyone help him?
Keck's gonna
We'll walk
go up
over and heal.
and he's gonna do a lesser restoration on both to free them from the paralyzed state.
I'll throw a cure wounds on the other dwarf as well, just to top him up.
Oh, did I do that at the right level? And yeah, I'll put a cure wound on Twin. Probably at a higher level because he took a fair bit, didn't he? Yeah, so we have a 4th level.
So some of the wounds across both Twin and the dwarf just start to heal.
I only
You watch the light sort of starts to return to their eyes as well, and they start to be able to move again. And the dwarf turns to Aldrin, you okay? I thought we were going to lose you there. The dwarf takes a few steps back and he looks like everything on him it feels heavy to him. He just drops his axe almost, keeps hold of it, but it just drops to the ground. The axe end of it, the blade falls to the ground. And he puts his hand up to his chest to feel the wounds. He says, "Look at him. I thought I was going to go as well, but we did it. Just hope that was the last." Thank you all. We really appreciate your help. I think it's clear to see that without your help, we probably wouldn't be returning back. And he's going to step forward and he's going to hold out a hand. Closest one to him is you, Jasper. He's going to hold out his hand to you. See if you'll take it or not.
Yeah, sure.
He's going to grab your hand, and he is bigger than although he is a dwarf, he is still bigger.
Everyone's bigger than me.
You feel his hand just flows around yours, and he sort of pulls you in, and you get that sort of shoulder tap, which you appreciate. And he's going to move on and to the next of you, and he's going to do the same. And Ovra is going to do the same as well. And you watch as they start to move through you to shake hands and throw a hand on the shoulder and knock heads together as appreciation. When they've finished that, they start to look around, and they look up the mountain, up the passageway. Do you think that was all of them? They say to each other, and the other one turns to him and goes, "They were bellowing a lot. You think that if there were more, they might come out. Nothing as yet." Scout ahead slightly and just double check. And they nod to each other and just start to just move up. They get to the top of this incline and they look back at you and they say, "It does look like there's a cave up here. I don't know what that means though. We could have just emptied it. But we may have to check it." How do you all fare?
Well, I mean, I'm alright. Me and my old pal, and I'll tap my elemental on the shoulder almost like they would do. You know, we're good to keep going for a little bit.
How long does your elemental last as well?
I think it's an hour. an hour.
Okay. You have got control of it as well, by the way. So,
Yeah, I saw. Thank you.
as you start to move up, you can see. See, it sort of evens out a little bit, plateaus out before it heads into an opening in the wall. See little bits of snow just drifting down across the entrance. But you stand and wait. You don't see anything coming out of it.
There'll be another baby in there or something.
We should probably ensure there is nothing that remains, or else all this will be for naught. Should
Yeah,
there still be more
you
out
said
there.
that. You said that they don't normally come this way, right? Or you weren't expecting Yeti, so surely there's a cause
Yeah.
for them being here.
They're normally further up the mountain range.
Well, we got to find out
normally-
what's caused them to come down, right?
Well, maybe we'll have answers within. I'm battered up. I think you are as well, Overin, and Overin looks. After that, I'm feeling a lot better. Maybe you take a step back, though. Just take it a bit more carefully. Either way. It's just
Yeah, let us go in front for a little bit.
And they, before you even finish that sentence, they started to march forward. Again, they hunker down and start to creep. Overin starts to move in a little bit ahead. And he gets it. And you watch as he starts to disappear from sight as the shadows of the cave envelop him. Inside. To here now. There's a stillness. You hear a slight bit of wind that you were used to outside, just gently whistling past the entrance. You're looking behind you, you still see the light outside. You see the little bits of snow just dropping down above. Inside, it just feels dense and eerily quiet.
Well,
roll
So yeah, just again, twin Romak, you still have aid. It's probably last until the long rest, and the dwarf that wasn't polymorphed also still has it.
Great.
If anyone wants to roll a perception check.
Is this listening or like?
It's well, at the moment, it's fairly dark in here. Obviously, the majority of you, I believe, can see in here anyway. But from what you can see ahead, there's nothing directly ahead of you. But you just prick your ears up and you try and listen. No, it'll be a bit more difficult for you.
So Keck can't really see a great deal, so he's going to go back to his Eyes of the Grave and put his hand again onto the floor and just try and do a sense of anything potentially undead in the area within 60 feet. Which again isn't that far, is it? Really? When we look at it.
6 foot, and yeah, in 60 foot you don't notice anything undead.
I'm just going to do my usual thing and hold on to the back of Romok as I don't see in the dark.
So, Hezekiah, you definitely hear in the stillness of the cave a slight shifting. Everyone else doesn't seem to quite pick that up, but you do hear something. The two dwarves.
Does it sound like something very big shifting?
Because it was quite slight, you're not 100% sure. All you can tell is that the cave doesn't seem empty.
Okay. Stay alert. We're not alone here.
Two dwarves move forward further. And suddenly Oberon halts and he puts his hand up. And he turns and he looks directly towards Jasper and he puts a finger up to his mouth.
This time assuming I can make it out, I will keep Strum learning my lesson from last time.
And then he points forward and then holds up one finger. He's going to move in. Side. And Alden moves to the other.
Well, slow down, champs. You're a bit more liable. I'm whispering, making sure it comes through.
So, if you now all want to roll stealth check.
No. Those who are, I'm assuming Jasper will have kind of led forward with me, but everyone within, is it 5 or 10 feet? Everyone close to me gets a +3. Oh no, sorry, that's just on saves. Never mind.
I'm putting a guidance on myself as I do this. Oh, it's not even gonna help. Grand total of 4.
Okay, so, as you walk forward a little bit,
By the way, Woody, like before, the level up doesn't actually take effect until the long rest, right?
correct.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. You see just ahead of you, and the edge of your vision, you see another large Yeti. This one seems to be laying down. It seemed to have. No, I won't give you any more than that. So let's have a look at the stuff. Okay, the one.
Oh, it's 3 plus a 1. Can't really see well in the dark. I imagine I probably tripped on some rocks and gone stumbling over.
It's
Just
like
on
a
your back,
shower
and get
about
up.
20 feet.
Okay. As I take in everyone's account of everyone here, including the dwarves, you have largely succeeded in that. But Keck, you seem to be pretty much the only one who seems to struggle with this, and you just walk into the wall a little bit, and the side of your shell just scrapes the side. A few little pebbles fall from the wall, cling to the floor, click to the floor. Ovram and Aldrin just turn to look at you, wide-eyed, and you can see their teeth gritted, and they're just essentially gesturing you and ushering you with their expressions to shut up. They both suddenly spin their heads back around and just look. The Yeti does not seem to have reacted. Taking a steps in. There is also a large sort of pillar here, by the way. This is a pillar that's blocking your view. Oh, more. Yeah. Yes. All about them. As you get a bit closer now, you can see that this Yeti almost looks like it's sleeping,
Almost.
but it looks slightly different to the other Yetis. It seems to be a lot plumper, particularly around the stomach.
Oh, I do it. I do it.
You roll a nature check.
I don't need to. I knew you were going to do this.
You did very good. Means nothing.
Had a couple of hamburgers.
What would you like to do here, guys?
Nice. It's sleeping. We should take it out quietly, all at once.
Whatever you'd say, I am going to have to go in a second.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get me rest.
Yeah, good luck for tomorrow.
Yeah, all the best, mate.
Crazy
Uh,
person.
Yeah, it's fine. Easy. It's July we're going to struggle with. That's a half marathon.
Best of luck to you.
Yep, sound. Are we attacking or are we sneaking around just before I go?
I'm from that range. Brother Keck is going to cast Silence centered on him, so a 20-foot radius sphere envelops him where no sound can be made in or pass through.
That follows you around, or is it stuck in the particular spot it's in
Stuck on the spot on top of him. Like it's a ranged spell, so it's a 20-foot sphere around the point where he is centered. No, on the Yeti.
Oh, on the Yeti. Oh, I
Yeah.
said on you.
No, on the Yeti. Sorry. There's no save. There's nothing like that. He just doesn't hear anything.
Okay. You can't. Okay.
Amazing. Right, catch you guys next week.
Okay, we
See you
might
later,
finish
buddy.
here as well, actually, everyone. So we'll just decide what you want to do, and then we'll leave that as your cliffhanger.
We have to kill it.
It's up to you.
But the babies.
Well,
So-
I mean, would you like to continue on, or do you want to leave it here for now? I think I'm good with either. So
I won't be here next week, but don't let that affect things.
I should be here. I just can't probably just to add when casting silence, kind of probably then stand up and just go. I think it's okay to talk now. It
I
can't
think
hear
it's
us. Oh. Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, who else did we lose?
Arco went,
he did.
but he's also not on Discord, so maybe his internet went or something.
Well, like I said, it's up to you guys what you want to do.
Feed
So-
mummy.
And to like all go up, get next to it, and then just all dab it while it's down. Get the critical hits on it and take out as much health as we can in one blow.
Critical hits, health. Excuse me.
Sounds like you're playing a game, Jasper.
This isn't a game. There's a real creature. That we've slaughtered the others and they were fighting back. Maybe we just, if we can do it quietly and painlessly, maybe we do that, right?
If we all stab it in one while it's sleeping, perhaps then it won't even wake up.
What do you think, you two? And I'll ask the two other dwarfs.
They look at you and they say, "We're here to kill. We're on orders. Can't leave any of them alive."
Yeah, and they'll just be more dangerous to others, right? But what about the baby?
We've already taken out Young. This time, at least, we don't have to look them in the eyes.
Jesus. Well, okay. Right, well, let's get everyone in positions. And
Not gonna
we'll,
lie, this feels slightly uncomfortable. But we can't deny the fight that we've just had.
and we've also killed, like, guards who are just doing their job, to be honest, so...
Indeed.
We've got to make sure that it... And it makes it safe that we can rest here tonight as well, if we clear it out.
Also a valid point.
Right, everyone get ready. And I take it I still have my little fella.
You do. I didn't bring it across. Sorry. You do still.
There we go.
Where is he? Should control of him.
Oh, there we go. Right, sorry, blue blob.
There you go.
Right, so you're saying when we go in this circle, can it hear us or not?
It can't hear us now, and it shouldn't be able. Sound made from here cannot pass through to its ears. While in there, you can't make sound either, so it won't hear from there.
Right.
Which is will be other cast spells in there.
That is correct.
Well, vocal
Spells.
spells.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you can cast them from out here, and bada bing, bada boom.
Is that a phrase from your homeland?
That is a common car prayer.
Mm,
Bada bing, bada
I'm off.
boom.
Consider me religious now.
Where is it?
Okay.
Oh,
Well, as you all gather around to do whatever you want to do here, I think probably a good idea is to call it there, I say, and we'll pick up the next game. But don't forget, you all leveled up.
Nice one.
So plan what you're going to sort out
Yeah.
yourself.
Have a look, but don't actually do it.
Can't add it until you've had a long rest. That's right.
so basically we're going to end up killing this, and then we're going to try and have a long rest, and like the hunting party for more Yetis is going to come and disturb us.
Okay.
I know what I want to do. I've had a little look.
I've not looked.
Yeah,
at
I might level up, but then like reduce everything down just so I like remember.
I was going to say, like, what I did with Puggins in Strahd, I made a copy of him and leveled that one up, so I didn't affect.
Oh.
Yeah, I do the same.
I see. How do you make a copy? What? Just in your character page?
It should just be go to the main page of the character list, and I think it's like three. I think it's a button with 3 dots. I basically say copy.
I think I'm full on characters.
Oh no!
Yeah. No, I can't do it. Well, I mean, I can get rid of some, but right. Well, we'll see. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much.
Right, I gotta kill the stream anyway, so cool. Thank you very much. It's been
Short and sweet.
a blast.
Thank you for being here for another game.